As the desperate mayor of London, Sadiq Khan struggles to save his net zero ULEZ policy, we are here to tell you the dark facts about his program. When it comes to people like Sadiq Khan and the policy agenda that they have, I think it's very important to talk about the facts rather than just the rhetoric against his net zero vision. It's important to tell you about the negative consequences that already exist in our society. And it's not just London. Those who think that this is just a London problem, we shouldn't really care. The ULEZ policy, which is the ultra low emission zones in the name of net zero, is now going to be implemented in various places in the country. In London, it's getting defeated, so that's good for technical reasons. But on a national level, it is still a threat. So let's talk about why. One of the main reasons Sadiq Khan is doing this. Oh yeah, you guessed it right. Money. It's all about money and power. So, as GETTR also said, make this article saying that Sadiq Khan's ULEZ has become a cash cow, and that is the reality. And it is to essentially make more money for Transport for London, TfL, that he was responsible for the fact that TfL almost went bankrupt 2 or 3 times since he became mayor in 2016. So he had to go and beg the Westminster and the national government to bail them out a number of times to avoid it from going actually bankrupt. Imagine if TfL actually goes bankrupt in London, the hub of the country, the center of the world. The whole of the country will go down. The whole of the economy of the Western world will be affected. And this one man is responsible for it. The system is not really working if one man could completely bring down the whole city single-handedly. So, we have the facts about ULEZ and what's been done and what it has been doing to the people in this country and in the city of London. Taxpayers Alliance did a report and they released the data, the numbers, which is quite disturbing when you see. Since 2020, number of ULEZ fines have gone up by 70%. And also, the last 3 years, a number of LEZ fines, so that's just the low emission zones. People forgot that we have ultra low emission zones, but we also had low emission zones fines, also up by 81%. We're going to give you the actual numbers as well, by the way. In 2020 alone, so the last year, the combined total for ULEZ and LEZ fines was over £55 million. So, of course, Team Sadiq Khan are sitting in their ivory towers in the City Hall building and just counting the money, loving it, and they're going to waste it not on TfL. They're going to waste it. It's in the name of TfL, but they're going to waste it on their own PR officers and all the media communications teams that he's been wasting taxpayers' money on so that he could use it for his own propaganda machine. He's been wasting taxpayers' money on that. That's why he didn't have enough money for TfL. Now, council tax going up, thanks to him. Business rates going up. Everything's going up. He's created a bad economic environment in London. But businesses are struggling. Sole traders struggling. Families are struggling. And it's not just a couple of pocket money, like a couple of quids every now and then for taxpayers that have been lost. It's big money for these people. So look at the charges and the fines. When it comes to LEZ, so the low emission zones, 2019 to 2020, we had over £1 million of LEZ charges and £66 million of ULEZ charges. In 2020 and 2021, LEZ fines went up to almost 4 million, but ULEZ went down to 30 million, mostly because of lockdown. Then you had 2021 to 2022, almost £18 million. LEZ fine charges, and then you had £93 million worth of ULEZ charges for Sadiq Khan's pocket. Now, when it comes to the fines, again, the last 3 years, we've had ULEZ, £41 million, almost £17 million, and almost £47 million. Then when it comes to the LEZ fines, you've also had almost £4 million in 2019-2020. Following year, £1.5 million, and then you had last year over £8 million that have been taken by City Hall and the Sadiq Khan's office. This is the reality of the situation. This is how much harm they've been doing. And it's just the start. It's just the beginning. Because his expansion, his ULEZ expansion, which is being defeated, but of course it's still trying to save it, will also affect around 200,000 more vehicles, which is basically about 500,000, at least 500,000 Londoners and ordinary families who will be hit. And these are low income households. They're not the rich people, they're not people at the top or the upper middle classes. These are ordinary working class people in London who are already struggling. So more people are going to be hurt because of him. But it's fine because City Hall is going to get rich. They're going to get a lot of money. What are they going to do with the money? We don't know because they don't really have any plan. Anyway, it's all about control and power and money, and we already knew that, but it's good to tell you about the detailed, the dark facts of his policy program. We're going to come back in half an hour. We're going to start talking about the latest revelations from the lockdown files, which is affecting Simon Case, the head of civil service, who is actually now considering to resign, and of course, Matt Hancock, the man who himself decided to leak the messages. God knows why. I'm Mahyar, Tousi, and we are the media.